Another time, we were traveling, the family was traveling. We were in Edinburgh on our way to London. And I have a habit of carrying all the money and all our documents in what we call crudely as a fanny pack. You tie as a belt around this thing. So in Edinburgh, we'd hired a car to drive around. And last day we left it. It was close, about half a kilometer away from the airport. We left the taxi and we came back we walked to the airport, checked in. The ladies went ahead and as I was going to the security, the guy told me, please take off your shoes and your belt. And I put my hand around my waist, the fanny pack was missing.
Oh.
I didn't know what to do. I just ran back because it had all the money we were carrying. It had all the cash cards, the credit cards, also the cash that we had. Everything, every penny was inside that. I ran back to the check-in, nothing. Nobody had seen it. So we thought, okay, let's run back to the place where we left the taxi. The place was very crowded. We were running backwards, and suddenly to my right, I see a lost and found counter. So I walked up to the counter and I said, listen, there was a fanny pack that we have lost. And by chance, would you have found it? He says, what was inside? I said, there was a photograph of Sri Sathya Sai Baba. I said that and his face lighted up.
Wow.
And he says, what else was there? I said, there were my credit cards, there was money. I told him, he said, how much money? I said, this much in cash, the rest was in cards. So he says, give me a minute. He went back and he came back in a minute holding the fanny pack in his hand. And he says, is this yours? I said, yes. He unzipped it, took out the photograph. He says, this is the photograph? I said, yes, this is the photograph. So he started counting the money. He kept counting and the amount of money was way beyond I knew. Oh. He says, you had no idea how much money was in this bag. I said, no, I had no idea. And then there was a document inside which had my photograph. He took my signatures and was handing over the fanny pack to me. And one of his colleagues came in. So the person who was attending me, he says, this is the guy to whom this fanny pack belonged. And that man walked up to me. He says, you have no idea. Majority of the people never find their stuff. This had just reached us from the taxi stand, from the car station, and was given to us when you walked in.
Wow.
And this is Swami working.